Something new. Stop.
We decided to make this documentary to find out more information on teen jobs in the city of Mount Washington. We are going to start out asking everyone where they work.
Value Market.
I work at Subway.
I work at Kroger in the dairy department.
Vegas is transportation.
McAllister's Deli at Fern Creek. This is Brandon. How may I help you?
As we can see, he works at McAllister's.
Yeah.
Green Meadows.
I work at Aspen Creek. Little Caesars.
Next question is, what do people think about teens having jobs?
All right, so we're with Mr. Walton. Mr. Walton, what do you think about students having jobs?
I think it's a good thing as long as you don't sacrifice your experience. I mean, you will be working the rest of your life, so it's important to make sure that the things that you're interested in doing in school you still have opportunity to do those things. Job is good while you're in school as long as you still get plenty of sleep, still give attention and priority to your homework, and still have some time for your social relationships. Learning to work, getting a work history, learning responsibility, all those are important things. One of the most important things is learning to take orders. Most of you haven't been taught that very well, and it's important in the workforce to learn that when the boss says something, you just do it.
All right, that was awesome. We're here with Miss Todd. What's your opinion on students having jobs?
It depends on how their grades are at school. The situation, as far as my daughter is taking AP classes, and I want to make sure that she focuses on her academic studies here and successful here. So I'll take care of the bills and the insurance until she's finished with her studies.
Here with Mike here. Do you think it's a good idea for teenagers to have a job?
Absolutely. Somebody's got to pay my retirement when I get old. That's where you come in. I appreciate it.
Melissa, what do you think about it?
I think yes, because it teaches our children today responsibilities, to learn how to pay their own bills and learn to be more responsible as young adults.
There you go. Thank you.
So we're here with Miss Terry. Miss Terry, what's your opinion on students having jobs?
It completely depends on the student. Your number one job here is school. That's what you got to focus on, because your job is going to give you a minimal amount of money for a short period of time, whereas your keys money is an exaggerated amount of money. Mr. Hall's making fun of me. So that's my point of contention. If you're a person that can manage that, if you can still study and get your grades where they need to be, knock yourself out. If you're working for a Mustang, that's ridiculous. If you have a Mustang, I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings. If you're working because you need to pay for your clothes or stuff with your family, that's completely different. So it depends on the student. I think people can manage it, but you've just got to realize, your time. You can't just say, well, I had to work till 10 o'clock, so therefore I didn't do my homework. You can't do that.
What do you think about teen jobs?
It's nice to have money, but it's stressful during school. You have all that work to do at school, and you have to come here. You don't have much time to do homework and stuff. Other than that, it's kind of me.
Teen jobs are a good idea
Why are they a good idea?
because it helps teens get money and get prepared for their lives outside of high school.
All right, so I am here with Rich, the assistant manager of McAllister's Deli in Fern Creek. And Rich, what do you think about teen jobs?
Well, teen jobs can be a good thing and sometimes not, depending on what other activities you're involved in. Sometimes it can overload a lot of kids that come in and they have football practice and, amongst other things in their life going on. But for the most part, I see a lot of kids taking away a lot of life lessons from small jobs at entry-level positions. Such as, like, we have bussers here that clean tables and things, but you don't see a real big significance in that. But as a manager, I've kind of stepped back and I can see what they take with them, like the ability to host and be a good host for people here in the dining room, striking up conversations and things, breaking them out of their shells. So one day, maybe when they're, hosting Thanksgiving at their house, they are already good at it, and little things like that I think are wonderful to help grow as a person. And you know, I am definitely a supporter of after-school jobs and summer jobs. I think it's very good. Get some character building skills, and yeah, I definitely think that it's a good thing.
All right, thank you, Rich. All right, so I'm here with Brooks Duncan. He works in the meat department of Mount Washington Kroger. Brooks, what do you think about teens having jobs?
I think it's a good job, and it's a good thing for teens. It makes them know what the real world's like before they actually get into the real world, I guess you can put it that way.
Because these jobs play a large role in people's lives, we now want to know what it is they do at work.
What exactly do you do at Value Market?
I'm a cashier and I think
What is facing?
it's making everything look good.
All right, cool.
What do you do? Just regular basic dairy things, you know, fill up milk, eggs, stock shelves. That is.
What do you do at Subway?
I handle footlongs all day.
Well, we have to take the dough and we have to sheet them out. Then we have to sauce them, put cheese on them, put all kinds of pepperonis, sell them at drive-thrus, give them to customers, offer sales, all that kind of good stuff.
What exactly is that?
It's a trucking company. I'm a diesel mechanic.
Sounds pretty. What do you do there exactly?
Work on semi-trucks and trailers.
All right. Do you like it pretty well?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool job.
What exactly do you do here at Kenny's Cleaners?
Well, I take care of all my customers and I file clothing and get them ready to send to Bardstown.
Why do you send them to Bardstown?
Because that's where we have them cleaned.
I'm a hostess. I seat guests.
What do you do there?
Basic things. I feed my people.
It's always good to take care of the older ones. So you have a pretty good relationship with all of them.
I guess you can say it.
So, Brandon, what exactly do you do here at work?
Well, I serve food, I take orders, and I cater to guests, really.
What type of stuff do you do when you cater to guests?
Like asking for refills, take the dirty plates from them, just anything they need, really.
All right, cool.
Now that we know what people do at work, it's time to find out if they like their job.
All right, Katie, so do you like your job?
No.
Why not?
It's really boring and I don't really like the people I work with.
So, Andrew, do you enjoy your job?
No, I hate it.
Why don't you like it?
I don't know, man. It's just a bad job. I don't like it.
Sounds a pretty cool job. You like it there?
It's all right.
Do you like it there?
Yeah, I love it.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it pretty well. You know, work's work. Are you into that?
Yeah, it pays for my gas, so I like it.
Teens are only allowed to work 30 hours a week, so we have set out next to see if any places are overworking employees because it seems to be an issue that goes unnoticed.
So, on average, how many hours do you work a week?
Like 19.
So is that pretty good hours, or is that less than usual?
Sometimes it's good, and like a lot of people get 24 because they work more than I do, but I don't get to work that many days, so.
Why don't you get to work that many days?
Because I have dance practice, so, and that takes up a lot of time.
So, on average, how many hours do you work a week?
9.
Does your job conflict with school?
Not really. I make time for school, and you know, it just all works out.
Not too much.
Not really. We mostly work at night, so unless I work really late.
All right.
On average, about how many hours do you work a week?
I work probably like 20 to 25 hours a week.
Do you find that good hours, or do you wish you could get more?
My hours are normally like 3 hours, 4 hours a shift. So I wish I would have less days and more hours a day, but the same amount of hours. So.
Do you think that more hours a day would conflict with school, and that having it spaced out between 3-hour shifts gives you more time to focus on your schoolwork while still getting paid the same amount?
It's very true, but I would much rather have days off where I can mainly focus on schoolwork all day.
How many hours do you work, like on average, a week?
Probably like 15 hours a week.
I only work 3 days a week.
How many hours do you work a day usually?
Just about 3, unless it's the weekend.
We have learned a lot, and what we have seen and heard most people agree with. Teen jobs and labor issues don't seem to be an issue. So teens of Mount Washington, keep working hard.
To make that money.
Yeah, you bleed.